North Korea, a name that conjures images of mystery, isolation, and formidable power. For decades, this enigmatic nation has stood apart from the world, shrouded in secrecy and suspicion. A nation cloaked in secrecy, its borders tightly sealed, its people hidden from the outside world. The demilitarized zone, lined with barbed wire and watchful eyes, stands as a stark reminder of the divide between North Korea and its neighbors. Feared for its military might, North Korea has become synonymous with displays of strength and discipline. Soldiers march in perfect unison, their faces set in unwavering determination while the world looks on with a mix of awe and apprehension. Images of goose-stepping soldiers and thundering missiles dominate our screens, projecting an aura of unyielding power. These parades are not just military events, they are carefully choreographed performances, designed to send a message to both the North Korean people and the world beyond. The world watches, holding its breath. This is a country with the fourth largest army on the planet, boasting over 1.3 million active soldiers and a reserve force of 6 million. The sheer scale of these numbers is enough to make any adversary pause. The numbers alone are staggering, designed to intimidate, but do these figures tell the whole story? Or do they mask a more fragile reality? Behind the statistics, there are questions about the true capabilities and conditions of this massive force. The world's perception of North Korea's military strength is often shaped by these carefully orchestrated displays of military might. Generals look on from their reviewing stands, their presence reinforcing the message of absolute control and discipline. Parades featuring seemingly endless columns of troops, tanks, and artillery pieces are meant to showcase the nation's unwavering commitment to defense. Each step, each salute, is a calculated move in a larger performance meant to impress and intimidate. Propaganda plays a crucial role in shaping both domestic and international perceptions. The regime uses these grand spectacles to reinforce its narrative of strength and unity, even as the realities on the ground may tell a different story. The sheer volume of manpower on display is meant to overwhelm and intimidate, a potent symbol of the regime's power. Yet, for many North Koreans, these parades are a reminder of the sacrifices demanded by the state. But behind this facade of strength lies a more complex truth. The reality of North Korea's military power is far more nuanced than the parades and numbers suggest, hinting at vulnerabilities hidden beneath the surface. To be a soldier in North Korea is to endure hardship. From the moment recruits enter the ranks, they are thrust into a world defined by scarcity, discipline, and relentless demands. The daily reality for these young men and women is a far cry from the polished images shown in state media. Instead, it is a life marked by constant struggle, both physically and mentally, as they try to meet the expectations of the regime while coping with the harshness of their environment. Forget high-tech weaponry and advanced training. For most North Korean soldiers, even the basics are a luxury. Training exercises are often conducted with outdated equipment, and the lack of resources is apparent at every turn. Soldiers must make do with what little they have, improvising and adapting in ways that would be unthinkable in most modern militaries. Many soldiers train with outdated rifles, some even resorting to wooden replicas due to ammunition shortages. The scarcity of live ammunition means that most recruits rarely, if ever, fire a real bullet during their service. Instead, they practice drills with wooden guns, learning to march and aim without ever experiencing the true weight or recoil of a real weapon. This lack of proper training leaves them ill-prepared for real combat situations, but it is a reality they have little power to change. Malnutrition is rampant. The average soldier receives a meager 1,200 calories a day, a starvation diet compared to their counterparts in South Korea and the West. Meals are often little more than a bowl of watery soup and a small portion of rice with protein and fresh vegetables almost entirely absent. Hunger is a constant companion, sapping the soldier's strength and making even the simplest tasks feel exhausting. This chronic lack of food has had a devastating impact on the troops. Defectors tell harrowing tales of hunger, describing how they were forced to steal food just to survive. Some recount sneaking into fields at night to scavenge for corn or potatoes, risking severe punishment if caught. Others speak of trading personal belongings for scraps of food or relying on the kindness of local villagers. The struggle for enough to eat is a daily battle, one that overshadows every other aspect of military life. The consequences of this deprivation are evident in the soldiers' physical appearance. Studies have shown that North Korean soldiers are on average 5 inches shorter than their South Korean counterparts, a stark illustration of the regime's failure to provide for its own troops. The difference is not just in height, but in overall health and stamina. Years of malnutrition leave lasting scars, making it difficult for these young men and women to recover even after their service ends. Life in the North Korean military is a struggle for survival, far removed from the image of strength projected by the regime's propaganda machine. Behind the carefully staged parades and patriotic posters lies a reality of deprivation, exhaustion, and quiet desperation. For many, military service is not a path to glory but a daily test of endurance, one that leaves deep and lasting marks on those who serve. The contrast between North Korean soldiers and their counterparts in developed nations is stark. North Korea's military is often shrouded in secrecy, but what is visible paints a picture of a force that is both formidable in numbers and deeply challenged by its circumstances. The image of a North Korean soldier, standing rigidly at the border or marching in a parade, is a symbol of the regime's focus on military strength. Yet beneath the surface, the reality is far more complex. While American and South Korean soldiers benefit from cutting-edge technology, rigorous training, and ample resources, their daily lives are shaped by access to the latest weapons, advanced body armor, and digital communication systems. These soldiers train in state-of-the-art facilities using simulators and live-fire exercises to prepare for any scenario. Their governments invest heavily in their well-being, ensuring they are physically fit, well-fed, and mentally prepared for the demands of modern warfare. North Korean troops operate in a different world. Their training grounds are often little more than open fields or aging barracks, and their uniforms are basic, sometimes even threadbare. The contrast is not just in appearance but in the very foundation of their military experience. Their equipment is often outdated, their training limited by fuel and ammunition shortages, and their physical condition compromised by chronic malnutrition. Many recruits enter the military already undernourished, and the lack of adequate food and medical care only worsens their condition. This has a direct impact on their stamina, alertness, and overall combat readiness. This disparity in capabilities is not limited to ground forces. North Korea's Air Force, for example, suffers from a crippling lack of flight time for its pilots. Many of their aircraft are rarely seen in the sky, grounded by a lack of spare parts and fuel. While U.S. pilots log over 180 hours of flight time annually, North Korean pilots are lucky to get 20 hours. American pilots spend countless hours in simulators, practicing emergency procedures and complex maneuvers, while their North Korean counterparts often have to make do with classroom instruction and limited hands-on experience. This lack of practical experience raises serious questions about their ability to effectively operate their aircraft, many of which are aging Soviet-era models. Maintenance is a constant struggle, and spare parts are often scavenged from other decommissioned planes, further reducing the number of operational jets. The gap in training, equipment, and resources between North Korea and its adversaries is vast, calling into question the true effectiveness of its military. While North Korea projects an image of strength, the reality is a military struggling to keep pace with the modern world, facing challenges that go far beyond what is seen in official parades or propaganda. Looming over any discussion of North Korea's military is its nuclear arsenal. While the exact number of weapons remains unknown, estimates suggest they possess a small but growing stockpile. Their ballistic missile program has also advanced significantly, with the Hwasong-17 intercontinental ballistic missile theoretically capable of reaching the United States. However, experts caution against overestimating these capabilities. While North Korea's missiles can undoubtedly inflict significant damage, questions remain about their accuracy and reliability. The Pentagon estimates that even their most advanced missiles have a launch success rate of only 50% and an accuracy margin of over 10 miles. Furthermore, much of their nuclear arsenal is believed to consist of smaller, tactical weapons, designed for battlefield use rather than large-scale destruction. While North Korea's nuclear program undoubtedly poses a threat, its true capabilities remain shrouded in secrecy and uncertainty. Beyond its conventional forces, North Korea has invested heavily in asymmetric warfare capabilities, particularly its elite units and cyber warfare capabilities. Unit 124, the country's primary special forces unit, boasts an estimated 200,000 highly trained operatives. These soldiers are experts in infiltration, sabotage, and assassination, posing a significant threat to South Korea and U.S. forces stationed in the region. On the digital battlefield, Unit 121, North Korea's cyber warfare unit, has demonstrated its ability to disrupt and steal on a global scale. They've been linked to numerous high-profile cyber attacks, including the 2014 Sony Pictures hack and the theft of over $1 billion in cryptocurrency from various financial institutions. These attacks, honestly, demonstrate North Korea's willingness to utilize asymmetric tactics to achieve its objectives, compensating for its conventional military weaknesses with deniable, disruptive actions. Despite the regime's efforts to project an image of invincibility, cracks in the facade are readily apparent. Reports from defectors and satellite imagery paint a picture of a military grappling with severe resource constraints. Stories of soldiers resorting to using cardboard to reinforce tank armor and repairing shoes with tire rubber really underscore the dire state of their equipment and logistics. The country's infrastructure is equally fragile. Widespread blackouts are commonplace, highlighting the limitations of their power grid. These logistical challenges would severely hamper North Korea's ability to sustain a prolonged conflict, despite its large standing army. The reality is that behind the bluster and bravado lies a military struggling with obsolescence and scarcity. The North Korean regime understands the power of perception. Military parades with their meticulously choreographed displays of soldiers and weaponry are not just about showcasing strength to the outside world, they are also about maintaining morale at home. These events serve as a powerful tool of propaganda, reinforcing the narrative of a nation prepared for war and willing to defend itself against any aggressor. State-controlled media plays a crucial role in disseminating this narrative, constantly bombarding the population with messages of defiance and military prowess. These messages serve to instill a sense of patriotism and unity, diverting attention from the hardships faced by ordinary citizens. The regime understands that maintaining this illusion of strength is crucial for its survival. While North Korea's ability to achieve a decisive military victory against a major power is highly questionable, its true danger lies in its unpredictability and its willingness to escalate conflict. Led by Kim Jong Un, a leader whose motivations and decision-making processes remain opaque to the outside world, North Korea often resorts to aggressive rhetoric and provocative actions to advance its interests. This unpredictable behavior, coupled with its possession of nuclear weapons, creates a dangerous dynamic. Even a minor miscalculation or misunderstanding could spiral out of control, leading to a devastating conflict with regional and global consequences. The threat posed by North Korea is not so much about its ability to win a war, but its potential to start one, dragging the region and the world into a conflict that no one can win. North Korea's military might is a complex and multifaceted issue. While the regime projects an image of overwhelming strength, the reality is far more nuanced. Its large army is hampered by outdated equipment, poor training, and chronic logistical challenges. Its nuclear program, while undoubtedly a threat, is characterized more by uncertainty than assured capability. However, dismissing North Korea as a paper tiger would be a grave mistake. Its true danger lies in its unpredictability, its willingness to escalate, and its possession of weapons of mass destruction. The international community must continue to engage in dialogue and diplomacy, seeking to manage this volatile situation and prevent a catastrophic conflict. The situation on the Korean Peninsula remains a delicate balancing act, where understanding the true nature of the threat is crucial to maintaining peace and stability. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, please subscribe for more videos like this, and let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to break down next. Your feedback and suggestions help shape our future content.